All right, so it looks like we've got another deep dive ready to go. This time we're tackling how to totally crush that interview for a spinning textile technician position.
Definitely a hot topic. And a great career path, too.
Absolutely. And you know what always impresses me? The folks who come prepared, like you. You sent over this incredible set of resources from RoleCatcher career guides, sample interview questions, even AI tools to help you practice. That's dedication.
Well, you know what they say? By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. And in this job market, you can't afford to leave anything to chance.
Absolutely. So let's dive right into these RoleCatcher resources and unpack some of these common interview questions. The first one seems pretty straightforward. Can you walk me through the process of spinning textile fibers into yarn? Seems simple enough, but I bet they're looking for more than just a textbook definition, right?
Oh, for sure. Anyone can memorize steps. This is your chance to show them you live and breathe textiles.
I like that. So how would you recommend someone answers that question in a way that really stands out?
Well, first off, don't get too caught up in technical jargon. Imagine you're explaining it to a friend who's never even seen a spinning machine. What are the key stages? What happens to those fibers along the way?
So instead of just saying carding, drawing, spinning, winding, you'd actually break it down, right? Talk about how the fibers are aligned, how the yarn gets its strength, all of that good stuff.
Exactly. Make it come alive for them. And here's a pro tip. Anticipate those follow-up questions. They might ask, what's different about processing natural versus synthetic fibers? Or what impacts the yarn's final properties?
Having those answers ready to go would definitely set you apart. It's something I really appreciate about RoleCatcher. They actually have this AI feature that simulates those follow-up questions based on the specific job description.
It's like having a secret weapon to help you prepare for anything. And speaking of being prepared, let's move on to the next question RoleCatcher provided. How would you troubleshoot a common spinning issue like yarn breakage? This is where your problem-solving skills really come into play.
It's showtime. Time to prove you're not just a button pusher, but a true textile troubleshooter.
Yeah.
So, how would you recommend someone tackles this question?
I'd say don't just throw out a laundry list of potential causes. Instead, walk them through your thought process. What's the very first thing you'd check? What tools or techniques would you use to diagnose the issue?
So instead of saying it could be the tension or the fiber quality, you'd say something like, first, I'd visually inspect the yarn for any breaks or inconsistencies. Then I'd check the tension settings on the machine, making sure they're appropriate for the type of fiber being spun.
Now you're talking. You're demonstrating a logical, methodical approach, which is exactly what employers want to see. And remember, be ready for those curveballs. They might ask about less obvious causes of breakage or how you'd handle a situation where you can't immediately identify the root cause.
Always be one step ahead. Okay, the next question from RoleCatcher's list is a little different. What are the essential qualities of a successful spinning textile technician? This one seems less about technical know-how and more about personality, wouldn't you say?
It is, but don't underestimate its importance. Technical skills can be taught, but these core qualities are what make someone a truly valuable asset to a team.
Right. So how can someone really nail this question and show they've got what it takes?
It's all about going beyond those generic answers. Instead of just saying, I'm a team player or I'm detail-oriented, give them a real-life example that demonstrates those qualities in action.
So instead of just telling them, show them. Give a specific anecdote that illustrates how you've embodied those traits in the past.
Precisely. And here's where RoleCatcher's AI can be a game changer. It can actually analyze your answers to these types of questions and offer feedback, like suggesting you add more details or strengthen your examples.
Talk about next-level prep. It's like having a personal career coach right in your pocket. Okay, are you ready for the next question? This one's all about those machines.
Hit me with it. I'm ready to get technical. All right, question number 4 from our RoleCatcher stack. How do you ensure spinning equipment is properly maintained and serviced? They definitely want to hear about that proactive mindset.
Right, it's not just about fixing things when they break, but preventing those breakdowns in the first place. Show them you're thinking ahead.
Exactly. This is where you talk about preventative maintenance routines, regular inspections, maybe even using diagnostic tools or software.
And don't forget about the human element. Communicating with your team about potential issues, suggesting improvements to the schedule. It all ties into that proactive approach.
Absolutely. Maintenance is a team effort, not a solo mission. Okay, moving on to question 5. How do you ensure the yarn produced meets customer specifications and quality standards? Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty of quality control.
The heart of the matter. It's one thing to spin yarn, but ensuring it consistently meets those precise standards, That's next level.
You said it. So here's where you really showcase your attention to detail. What methods do you use to monitor quality? Are you doing visual inspections, using testing equipment, meticulously documenting everything?
Those records are gold, right?
Yeah.
Proof that you're not just hitting targets, but exceeding them consistently.
Exactly. And it feeds into that culture of continuous improvement. You're not just spotting defects, you're analyzing trends, communicating findings, and contributing to solutions.
Being a true quality champion. Okay, question 6 has me intrigued. How do you stay up to date with the latest spinning technologies and techniques? The textile world is constantly evolving, so staying ahead of the curve is key.
It's not a career for those who get comfortable. Employers want to see that drive to learn and adapt. So don't just say you read industry publications, get specific. What are your go-to resources? Are there any conferences or workshops that have been game changers for you?
Showing that initiative goes a long way. And, RoleCatcher's AI feedback can be super helpful here, too. It can analyze your answers and suggest ways to make them even stronger, like mentioning a specific technology you're excited to learn or a course you're planning to take.
Love that feature. Okay, ready for the final question from RoleCatcher's list.
Bring it on. Let's see what we've got.
Can you describe a time you had to learn a new textile manufacturing process or technique? How did you approach it? They're digging into your learning style and adaptability here.
Everyone's had those moments on the job where they had to quickly learn something new. What a great opportunity to share a specific example.
Exactly. Don't be afraid to get into the nitty-gritty. Did you pore over manuals, seek out a mentor, or just dive in and figure it out through trial and error?
And what did you learn from that experience? Did it make you a more resourceful learner, a better problem solver?
Exactly. Turn those potential learning curves into opportunities for growth and showcase your ability to adapt and thrive in a fast-paced environment.
I love that perspective. Okay, so we've covered some pretty meaty interview questions, but let's not forget about the other amazing resources RoleCatcher offers. We've touched on their AI-powered feedback, but they also have a fantastic CV and resume builder.
Oh yeah, that thing is a game changer. You know how crucial it is to get past those applicant tracking systems, ATS? They can make or break your chances of even getting an interview.
It's like those digital gatekeepers you got to get past.
Exactly. And their AI analyzes your CV, compares it to the job description, and suggests ways to make it super ATS friendly. Keywords, formatting, you name it.
Like having a personal resume writer and tech guru all rolled into one. It's incredible how RoleCatcher has a tool for every step of the job search. And we've got to talk about those career guides. They sound like a treasure trove of industry knowledge.
Oh, they're pure gold, especially if you're just dipping your toes into textiles or thinking about making a career switch. They've got you covered on everything.
Like what? Give me some highlights.
Well, they've got everything from the history of textile manufacturing to the latest trends and sustainable practices, salary info, potential career paths, you name it.
So you could go from what is spinning to I'm going to be the spinning kingpin all in one place.
That's the idea. And they explain it all in a way that makes sense, even if you've never set foot in a textile mill before.
I love that. Okay, so let's say our listener has been rocking their prep with RoleCatcher. They nail that interview, and bam, multiple job offers. What then? Does RoleCatcher help with that too?
They sure do. They even have resources on salary negotiations, so you can research industry standards, figure out what you're worth, and go into those conversations with confidence.
It's like having your own personal deal maker in your back pocket.
Exactly. They're there every step of the way, empowering you to take control of your career and make those power moves.
This has been such an insightful deep dive into the world of spinning textile technicians and how RoleCatcher can be your secret weapon. We talk about those must-have skills, those tricky interview questions, and how to craft answers that'll make you stand out. We even got a sneak peek at all the cool AI-powered tools and resources they offer.
And let's not forget that passion and that problem-solving spirit. Those are essential ingredients for success in this field.
Absolutely. So to our listeners, if you're ready to spin your way into an amazing career, RoleCatcher is the place to be. Check out their website or download the app. You won't regret it.
And hey, maybe one day you'll be sharing your textile success story right here on The Deep Dive.
That's a wrap for today's episode, folks. Thanks for joining us.